Okay, so when you're ready, you can come back to your mountain pose again, and then we're going to do that idea of the picking fruit, but we're going to add in the opposite leg. So when your arm reaches up, press into your opposite heel. So we're creating lots of length here. I've got something in my way. I can't reach up any further. And then we bring the apple down and we're going to lift the opposite heel. And then we send the arm out to the side and we can lift the toes off the floor or make them lighter if your balance is not quite right today. And then we'll come back in again. So we've made it more complicated. We added some balance in there. If you want to come close to a wall or a piece of furniture, go right ahead. Okay, so up with the arm, press with the foot, and then pull the apple down, lift the heel. Send the apple out to the side, lift the toes a lot or a little, and then come back. And we're going to do that one more time with this set of limbs. All right, reach and press, pull and lift the heel, out to the side, lift the toes. Let's stay here for another breath. And then let everything come down. And then we're going to do that on the other side. So reach and press, pull, lift the heel. To the side, lift the toes, and come back to your mountain. Do that again. Reach and press, pull, lift heels, side, lift foot, and come back. One more. I'm not going to say it this time. So you can use your brain, your memory. And this time we're going to stay here for another breath. And then let everything come down. Okay, so we're going to do that one. And we're going to add in the forward movement. Okay, so reach and press. Pull, lift the heel. To the side, lift the toes. Stay with the toes up. Reach up, reach up. Pull down. Go forward. And then everything comes down. Okay, let's do it again on this side. So reach and press. Pull, lift heel. To the side, lift toes. Back in, toes stay up. We're reaching up, pulling down, going forward, and then you can lower everything down. So did you feel the wobbles start to happen there? All right, let's switch it to the other side. So we're not going to do the forward one this time, just the side. Okay, so reach, press, pull, heel, side, toes. Now we're going to add in forward. Reach and press. Pull with the heel. To the side, lift the toes. Keep the toes here. Go back up to reach. Pull it down. Forward. Release. And everything comes down. One more time. Like that. Okay, so up and press. Pull, lift the heel. Side, lift the toes. Toes stay here. Reach back up with the arm. Pull down. Go forward. Release. And let the toes come back down. So back to mountain pose again. Good. All right. So staying here in your mountain pose, but you can lift all 10 toes up off the floor, spread them wide. You can do it with the fingers too, because they like to do the same thing. Shoulders are down, elbows by your side. And then release all those digits. Turn your palms to face the ceiling. Elbows stay here. We're going to do that tray. One arm, one head. Come back to center. Huh, there is only one head. Go the other way. I mean, head looks at the hand. Back to center. Both arms go out wide. We've got that back cleavage. And then come back to center again. Take that out. Shake it high. Come into a forward fold to shake it low. And then press the floor away as you stand back up to shake it wide here. Good. And you can let the arms come down. Okay, so we're going to do a tree pose. All this apple picking from the trees. Now we're going to be the tree, not the picker. So you can put your weight into your left foot, lift your right heel, and then rotate that knee away from center. And you have lots of different levels I'm going to show you. You can choose to put the heel on top of the other foot. That's an option. You could put the sole of the foot against that ankle. You could slide it up and press the foot and the lower leg into each other because that's going to help you stay balanced. And then if you want to work much harder, you could bring your foot up here. So choose one, and that's going to be your leg position. Okay. And then just be mindful because I can stick this hip way out here, and that's not really what we want. We want those joints to be stacked up on top of each other still. Okay. And then you can choose to be a wide tree. You could choose to be a tall tree. You could even choose to be a tree blowing in the breeze. That's really going to make things more challenging. So you decide. I'm going to be a tall tree this time, or sorry, a wide tree. And your foot is going to make all these little movements, and it's meant to do that. We're working those muscles in those feet, as well as our proprioceptive skills. Where am I in space? Which are really important. And then when you're ready, you can use the exhale to draw the arms down and then slide the foot down. And then you want to switch your weight to that foot that was just lifted so you can shake the other leg out because that standing leg was working very hard. Okay. And then when you're ready, come back to your mountain again. And we're going to do that on the other side. So the weight goes into the right foot this time. Left heel lifts, we rotate, we find our foot position, wherever that's going to be. We start to think about pressing the floor away with that standing leg. So we're creating this length, and then find your arm position, whether you want it to be the same. You could be a cactus, be an apple tree, so many trees. And somebody was just telling me on the weekend that beech trees are now the ones that are having trouble with some kind of bug that's destroying the beech trees. So sad. Bears sit in beech trees and eat the nuts, and because they're losing their source of food, some of their source of food, they're now coming closer to where people live. Yes. So when you're ready, go ahead and let those arms come down and then the leg. Good. And then shake out that standing leg. And you can do a little alternate heel lifting as well, because you might really feel that quite a bit in the leg and hip area. And this movement is kind of soothing to that. So one of my teachers, she calls this the Marilyn. So instead of heel lifting, then we think about it as the Marilyn, and then suddenly it becomes there's a whole different quality to it when you think about Marilyn. And then you can come back to your mountain pose again.